One cold morning in the early 1960s, a child was trapped under a car in New York City. The mother was terrified at the thought of losing her child and was going to try anything she could to save her child. And she did the unthinkable. She put her two hands under the car and lifted the entire car at one go with just her bare hands. Jack Kirby, who was then working with a company called the Marvel Comics, was a bystander who saw this event. He went to work that day and created the superhero, the Incredible Hulk, who some of us know as the man who turns green with rage and has superhuman strength. Superheroes are, after all, normal people like you and I, except with some special powers.
A superhero is basically a person who has power, some sort of powers, and they're using it for good.
Superheroes are also, they risk their lives and save us.
That's right. Apart from doing some extraordinary feats, they also sacrifice themselves while trying to save good people. For those of you that may not have followed the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's a band of superheroes called the Avengers, who are a team that get together each time some evil villains threaten to destroy Earth. In some of the recent Marvel movies, some of these Avengers are dead and some have retired from their roles. Who will now take over and form a band of Young Avengers? That's what we're here to talk about in this episode. Whether you've never seen a Marvel movie or are a die-hard fan of this genre, I think you'd find it interesting to listen to this episode where my young co-hosts are going to talk about what they think teenager superheroes should behave like.
Hello, my name is Rudransh. I'm 10 years old and I study in grade 4 in Children's Academy, Thakur Complex.
Hi, I am Adwitya Goyal and I study in Children's Academy, Thakur Complex branch, and I am 7 years old.
And in case you're listening to this podcast channel for the first time, hi, this is Sangeeta, the host of What's New Today, a kids and family podcast about current events shaping our world. Hi Adwitya, hi Rudransh, welcome. And how excited are you to talk about the Young Avengers?
Yes, I am too excited.
I was very happy when I got the message. I started talking about it to my friends. I was counting days until 21st, which is today.
Oh, you were counting days till we were going to record this episode.
Yeah.
That's very heartwarming, Rudransh. How many of your friends watch Avenger movies?
Yeah, many of my friends watch Avenger movies.
On that very popular note, let's also just try and explain things as we go along to people who may have never seen an Avenger movie too. Alright, so let's kick off this episode with a quick rapid fire quiz about superheroes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is the god of mischief?
Loki.
Kid Loki.
It's both the kid and the adult Loki.
Yeah.
Who's the god of thunder?
Thor.
Thor.
Yes, the Norse god Thor. Which superhero was bitten by an eight-legged creature and got some superpowers from that?
Spiderman.
Spiderman.
Absolutely, the friendly neighborhood Spiderman. Who is a robotic creation with a mind stone in his head?
Vision.
Vision.
Absolutely. Last one in this rapid fire. Which superhero was exposed to gamma rays and with that he gets a lot of superpowers?
Hulk. I think it's Hulk.
Hulk.
Agreed. Hulk, yes. Sometimes in towering rage, he turns green and giant, right?
Yes.
Eventually learns to control it.
Yeah, he better. Otherwise, he'll go around bashing buildings and destroying half of Earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got an interesting question. If you were a teacher in your school, what superpower do you think your teachers would love to have?
If the children in my class are shouting, then I would get the power to control them.
I would have the superpower to make the students go in line without talking. The moment the bell rings and we have to go out for like some PE period or yoga period, they run.
it's really marvelous to hear that for both of you, you think that the most important superpowers teachers should have is to control the children and just get them to behave properly. And it has nothing to do with learning and teaching and material and tests. Now, jumping into today's topic, who are the Young Avengers you think we should assemble to protect planet Earth? So we'll talk about 5 of our favorite Young Avengers, shall we?
Yep.
Yeah. I would like to have Hulkling.
Hulkling. So for those who may not know who Hulkling is, can you tell us who he is?
Hulkling is very big and strong, and he's in green in color. My favorite color, green.
Hulkling is half Kree and half Skrull.
And from his appearance only, he scares his enemy.
Wow, that's a very interesting superpower. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to appear scary. Awesome. All right. So Hulkling is number 1 that Adwitya would like to have in his team. Rudransh.
I would like to have Stature in the team. I think she'd make a great addition to the team.
She is the daughter of Ant-Man and has the power to become very big, and she can become small also.
Just like Hulkling can also become really big, but
Yes.
she also can become as tiny as an ant. But I think she's a little different from her father.
Ant-Man uses some things called PIM particles to shrink, and he needs to keep refilling them. Stature doesn't need those. She can change her size at will. She was exposed to PIM particles, and now she can change whenever she wants.
Wow!
Who is the third character, Adwitya, we'll try and get for the Young Avengers?
I think we should get protege of Hawkeye.
Do you know her name?
No.
It's at the tip of my tongue. No, I don't know.
Kate Bishop. So the story goes that when she sees Hawkeye fighting, the Chitauri, the aliens who attack Earth, she observes how Hawkeye is able to fight, because Hawkeye is an excellent archer and he can shoot at a very good speed.
He's very agile and precise.
Does he remind you of any mythological character from Indian mythology?
Oh, Arjun?
Yes, every time I see Hawkeye on any of these Marvel movies, somehow the character Arjun comes in my head. So this Kate Bishop sees Hawkeye fighting, and she is very inspired, and she trains herself as an archer. But after that, Hawkeye himself trains her, and she becomes his protege. Who's the 4th person we'll like to bring into our mix?
Miss America.
Very interesting. What is her superpower?
She can travel the multiverse, and she has super strength too.
Okay, so for those people who don't know what the word traveling across the multiverse means, can someone explain?
The word actually explains itself. Multiple universes. For example, there's a universe. This is our universe right now. There might be a universe that we travel on unicycles or something.
There might be a different universe where there might be Rudransh, there might be Adwitya, and there might be Sangeeta. But except there are no laptops.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. So she can travel through the multiverse. She can go to whatever universe she wants. America Chavez or Miss America.
If you could travel, if you were like America Chavez and you could travel to a different universe, another reality, what would your ideal universe be?
So many planets. And that planets would be like as Earth. So if one planet gets old, the other planet we can live on. Because of the pollution, and we can live the new one Earth for a long time.
This sounds a little bit like my bicycle is now old, I want to trash it and get a new bicycle, right? But I really like your idea of a new reality. Rudransh?
I'd actually like to live in a universe where in our Earth, instead of all pollution and roads, we use plant-based everything. Like there's more greenery, and then fuel is not like petrol and diesel and oil and all. Like we take some leaves of the plants and turn it into fuel somehow, and then we use it. Or electric cars, I don't think.
What about a universe where nobody travels in a vehicle and everybody has to walk everywhere?
Yeah, then we'd be even fitter that way.
That's okay. But you may not get to travel to many places then.
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
No, I'm not.
But as much as I
Yes.
definitely admired Rudransh's idea of, a different reality, given how people are more or less irresponsible, I think it's a good idea to have a backup like what Adwitya said. All right, so now we've got the fourth member of our Young Avengers done. Who's the fifth member we'd like to get?
Wiccan. I think he's Billy Maximoff or Tommy Maximoff. He's the son of Wanda and Vision, so he can control magic. He actually inherited some powers from his mother, who is the Scarlet Witch.
I think he's Billy Maximoff.
Yeah, he's Billy Maximoff. Yeah.
Tom has the power to move at the speed of light.
Yes.
So Billy can control magic. He can do whatever he wants with magic and teleport and shapeshift and everything.
Wow, interesting superpower, especially shape-shifting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
that would be important.
do you want to list all the superpowers now we've got so far in our 5-member team to protect Earth?
Magic, archery,
Shapeshifting, multiversal travel.
and to be big and small.
Yes. So this is a set of superpowers our Young Avengers team will have, and they're all about, say, 10, 12, 14, 15 years of age. But I've got, in my head as an adult, as a parent, I'm always wondering if I gave children of this age these kind of superpowers, do you really think they'll know when to use, where to use, and how to use?
I don't think they will use it properly.
Yeah, so if we did give every child some sort of superpower, there will have to be some class at school or something that will help you to understand how to control your powers and use it at the correct moment.
So now we need a superhero school.
Yes.
And
Or maybe a regular school, you can add a new type of subject or something.
They will be greedy.
do you think young superheroes will be more greedy than older superheroes?
Yes.
They might also be a bit immature than the adults, so they might not know when to use it and how to use it. So that's
Wow, some great self-awareness all you children have. So it's okay, right, for your parents and teachers to be giving you instructions, even when you're not superheroes, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Of course, we need instructions.
Yeah.
So now that we've all agreed upon the fact that if you let young superheroes get all these incredible powers, they just might misuse them. I think a solution can be that there should be a leader for these young Avengers. A leader can be someone outside of these young Avengers that we've assembled. Who do you think will make for a good leader for them?
Spiderman.
Spiderman, definitely.
Totally agree, right? That was going to be my
Yeah.
pick also. I'm so thrilled all three of us are agreed upon that. Why do you think Spider-Man makes a great leader for the Young Avengers?
Because he can handle all the people.
Yeah, Spider-Man is actually also young. He's like still at high school or teenager, and he was actually kind of some sort of Iron Man's protege, so he could give some advice about how to work together and work as a team.
Wow, some interesting leadership lessons we've learned today. You all think that these 5 young Avengers will listen to Spider-Man because he's also roughly their age.
Yes.
And since Spider-Man has already fought in other wars before as part of the Avengers,
Yeah.
we'll know how to get everyone to work together as a team. So with that, we'll come to the next interesting part of this episode.
Quiz time. Which superhero can change her size at will?
Casey Lang, the daughter of Ant-Man Scott Lang. Am I right?
Yep.
Yes. Which superhero has died but has a instrument in his body?
Iron Man. That arc reactor he has in his chest.
Yes.
I'm glad I got that answer right.
Yeah, what is the actual name of Wiccan?
Billy Maximoff.
Yeah.
And on we move on to the joke section, and Adwitya has one for us.
Do you think fixing the universe is hard for Thanos?
Let me think. Do I think he's got 6 stones? I don't think it should be hard.
No, it's just a snap.
It's just a snap. Wonderful. And before we wrap up this episode, we leave our listeners with a very interesting riddle. If you know the answer to this, and if you're listening to this on Spotify, you can just scroll down to the show notes and leave your answer there. If you're listening to this elsewhere, you can send us an email at hello@wsnt.in with your answer.
Guess the name of the superhero. He wears a shield and a suit so bright. He fights for what is good with all his might. A hero so brave with stars and stripes. Can you guess who is this one who fights?
And thank you so much, Rudransh and Aditya. I had a lot of fun assembling our imaginary Young Avengers team.
It was really fun.
All right, before we wrap up, we usually leave our listeners with one episode that you would like to recommend to them that you really liked. Which one would that be, Adwitya?
That would be the sharks near the volcanoes. Even though the lava is going down in the water, how can the sharks live in the water?
Very shocking to see sharks living near a volcanic eruption, right?
Yes.
I like the episode about the underwater sculptures.
Everything we love is about life underwater. Okay.
I never knew that there was someone called Paolo Fasilli. He made some underwater sculptures to stop the trawling nets from destroying the ecosystem.
That's another interesting superpower for us to have, right?
Yeah. I also like the episode about the Artemis mission, about Apollo Artemis. I never knew that there was this Artemis mission. I didn't know about this.
So you found the podcast a way to learn about it better.
Yep.
That brings us to the end of this episode, and if you enjoyed this banter between Adwitya, Rudransh and I, you just might find this podcast channel, What's New Today, one of the coolest way to catch up on interesting news from around the world. New episodes drop every Monday and Friday, and if you'd like a heads up as and when these episodes are released on your WhatsApp, please do click on the free link to our WhatsApp community in the show notes below. If it's not much to ask, could you also leave us a 5-star rating and review? That's the biggest help you could do to help us grow our listener base.
Thanks for listening.